Yo, what up? Flowers and 40s. Doing this video. This one's going to be on the 4 different types of shirts that we've used. Vinyl, screen pressing, heat transfers, and direct to garment. I'm going to talk a little bit about why we got it, chose those 4, a little bit about what kind of shirts we use, and the feel of each shirt. So hope you enjoy. So the first shirt is going to be screen pressed. We did 3 shirts. We sent them off to the local screen printing place, Blue Dolphin. So we did 3 different images. We did 2 images on white t-shirts that were direct to garment, and then we did this one. The shirt's more worn than the actual images. The image is still pretty good. It hasn't really faded. You can see up in the corner there's a little bit of cracking right there. But again, the shirt's more worn than the actual images. So screen printing, this is 2 colors, so they use 2 different screens. Pretty simple. This is definitely, one of the best ways to do it, I think. It's just if you're doing a lot of them. I think we only did 24 of these and then 24 of each in the direct to garment. Yeah, with these ones we used Gildan. All we did was put our image on the front. And we were like, let's go make some money. We're gonna kill it. But quickly found out that that's not, the way to go. People were hyped on it. They bought our shirts, but you gotta put a little time and quality and all that into your shirt. So one of the direct to garments we did was this one. This one, this shirt's a year old, and the color's still there. It's not. It definitely faded a little bit. But it's still there. Again, the shirt, is more worn than the actual, than the color is faded. So it's not that bad. And if you did this with screen printing, you're looking at 9 or 10 different screens to do that. So it's not really. Depending on how many you're gonna do. If you're only doing 20, or if you're only doing 10 shirts, it's not really worth getting all those screens. So it's not real cost effective if you're not doing a lot. And this one right here is the heat transfer. And what's good about this is it's probably the cheapest way where you can get a bunch of color on an image. And on the outlines and stuff, you can see where you have to cut around the paper once you print it out to put it on your shirt. But when you first put it on, it feels a little thick. Once you wash it 2 or 3 times, it feels just like the direct to garment, almost. It's a little. You can still feel a little bit there. With these, they crack a little more. They fade easier. This shirt's probably 4 or 5 months old, maybe a little longer. So it's holding the colors really good. You can see it when you stretch it, but I wear the shirt a lot, so it's holding the color pretty good for being probably 6 months old or something. So yeah, that's the other way that we've been doing it, and that's a way where you can do as many colors as you want. This image is a vinyl image. I just did this one a couple days ago, so it's pretty fresh. It's pretty thick. It's a lot thicker than the inking or the direct to garment. And eventually, after I have a sweatshirt that we did 2 years ago, started to crack. So it depends how many times you wash it, how many times you dry it or whatever. You take care of your shirts, and it'll last a little longer. But the vinyl definitely cracks. But this is definitely the most. This and heat transfers is the most cost-effective, easy way to do a t-shirt. Vinyl cutting, if your image is say your vinyl was 14 inches long and your image is 10 inches, you want to use up the 4 inches that you have and put another logo or another thing that you think you'll use and sell, because you don't want to be wasting the vinyl. Someone orders a shirt, you can click it, print it out, and do it. Unlike screen printing, and say you already have the screen, then you're just going to be wasting a bunch of ink on one shirt, so it's not really worth doing it that way. The heat transfer, That's also a good one if you're doing, you know, a bunch of color. Vinyl, obviously you can do 2 different colors or 3 different colors, however many colors you want, but you have to cut them out separately. So you'll probably be wasting a lot of vinyl there too. So if you're doing a lot of colors and you don't have the money to, you know, drop on 10 different screens to do one shirt, I would say go heat transfer, or direct to garment. It's pretty inexpensive. It's a little cheaper than screen printing. But you just have to find someone around you who actually does that. You know, the printer's like $7,000, $10,000. So that's not going to be something you can just buy. You could, but you probably won't be watching this video if you are. So yeah, the feel of these shirts, the direct-to garment is right. It's, you know, it's inked right onto the shirt. You can't feel it at all. It's really nice. The heat transfers a little thicker after, you know, 3 washes or whatever. It almost feels like the direct-to garment, but you can feel it just a little bit. And then again, you can see the outline of where you cut it, but barely, you know what I mean? You'd have to go up to someone and be like, yo, what's up, dude? So, barely see it. The screen press, you can feel the texture, but it's not, you know, it's not weighing the shirt down. There's not real, you know, added weight to the shirt. Yeah, so it's not that thick. And then vinyl is pretty thick, depending on, you can get different vinyl, like sports vinyl, stretch vinyl, you know, they have a bunch, but you know, some of them are thick, some of them aren't as thick, but it's definitely way heavier than, you know, any of the other ones. So yeah, I mean, it's just your style. Some people like the heaviness, you know, some people don't. So, you know, it's just your audience, your style, whatever you like. Yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and check out flowersand40s.com.